Welcome back to the channel, 40k theorists, 40k enthusiasts. You're watching Theory Hammer and another unit breakdown of the very scary World Eaters faction. It's the Halloween season, so we're covering the most Halloween factions this month. We are going to take a look at the World Eaters spawn today. So before you click away, trust me dude, this unit is amazing. So don't click away. Instead, 8-bound chain fist that like button, baby. Subscribe, hit Nurgle's bell, watch our other videos, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the World Eater spawn. Just do all the stuff. The power of corn compels you. Now, if you want to check out our second channel, there is a link down below. It's a lot less formal. Go check it out. Alright, so without further ado, let's go. Why am I doing a unit breakdown on the World Eater Chaos spawn? Well, my fellow theorists, because they're an insane unit. I know I have said this in other episodes, but this is not going to be exactly like other episodes, because this unit is not a super unit. This unit is a super secondary unit. So let's break them down, as always, and first, let's just remember our army rule and our detachment rule. So we have our blessings. We can get +2 move with invigoration. We can get a 6-up feel no pain with wrath. Sustained hits, lethal hits, advance and charge. We can get all these different abilities. Could also fight on death. That's a thing. We then have our detachment rule, which is +1 strength, +1 attack. Alright, so what are we working with here? Well, this is what. First off, this unit is 65 points. 65 points. So keep that in mind, because it's going to become more and more relevant the more and more I talk. Okay, so 65 points. Moves 8, toughness 5, only a 4-up save, 4 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1. Okay. 2d6 plus 2 attacks, that's strength 6, AP 1, 2 damage, hitting on 4s. Okay, not super impressive, but 65 points. Oh wow, they have Feel No Pain 5+, that's pretty good. And then at the start of each player's command phase, one model in this unit regains D3 lost wounds. Yeah, so these have OC, which regular Chaos Spawn don't. So do expect this to change with the Codex, but still, right now, they have OC, and so they can do actions, and they move 8 inches. They're fast, and they can easily go up to 10 inches when you use the blessing on them for +2 inch move. And so this allows them to go to areas of the table and perform actions. Now, like I just said, 5-up Feel No Pain. When you use Wrathful Devotion, they go to a 4-up Feel No Pain, and they regenerate D3 wounds. So yeah, so if you don't destroy one, it just regenerates. When they do need to skirmish and charge stuff, they have D6 plus 3 attacks each at strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage. It's not a bad profile, you know? So like, what? This unit is 65 fucking points? It's 8 total wounds between the two models with a 4+ Feel No Pain. It basically is always moving 10 inches. It has OC, has 13 attacks at strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage, regenerates, and they can basically never take a battle shock test like a regular battle shock test, because they're only 2-man units. So yeah, pretty much a ridiculous unit for 65 points. Dude, like, it's so crazy because World Eaters have so many good units like this. Like, their Master of Possession is better, their Terminators are crazy good for their points, their Spawn are just insane, their One Prince is like one of the best in the game. And they just randomly have some like really good units, and the army as a whole is really good. I kind of do want to see how durable these things are real quick. Like, I kind of lied. Like, I want to know. I'm not going to do their output because, yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be a waste of time. But I am actually kind of curious how much it takes to actually kill one of these units. So if we shoot them with bolters, it takes 216 shots to kill one. 144 wounds, you wound on 5s, that's 48. I have a 3-up save because I'm in cover, fail 16. Take 16 damage, make half the Feel No Pains, take 8 damage, 40 each model. If you try to get them with plasma guns, you need literally an entire Hellblaster squad. You need 20 shots, 21 shots, get about 14-ish hits, 10-ish wounds. I'll get a 6-up save and cover. 8 will go through. That's 16 damage. I'll fail half the Feel No Pains and take 8. It's 4 damage to each. It actually takes 9 Melt-A-Gun shots within Melta range to destroy this unit. Hit with 6, wound with 4 because you wound on 3s. I don't get a save, and each one of those will get through for 5 damage because of my Feel No Pains that I pass. If you try to use las cannons against the unit for some reason, it takes 11. You hit with 7, wound with 5, maybe I get a 6-up save if I'm in cover. I do, but we're assuming I'm in cover, so I'll get a 6-up save there. You'll do about 18 damage, I get a Feel No Pain. You do 4 to 5 damage to each guy. Now, you would roll these one at a time, but on average, this is what you're looking at. If you're trying to get it done with something like an autocannon, not really. You need 27 shots to destroy a single unit of these things. That's 18 hits, 12 wounds. You fail half if you're in cover. They're 3 damage apiece. So you basically roll 9 Feel No Pains on each guy. That's 4 to 5 wounds per guy. And so yeah, not even close to being easy to destroy for a 65-point unit. Actually outrageous, in fact. It takes an entire Hellblaster squad to destroy a 65-point unit that's running around 10 inches just getting you secondaries and stuff. It takes like a whole squad of Eradicators, which is like 200 points, to destroy this unit of 65 points. If you want to try Bolters, just don't. 27 autocannon shots is also hilarious, because that's more shot than 3 Predators have. That's more shot than 3 Exterminators gets you. What? Obviously, they are going to benefit from Angeron's buffs, but again, this unit isn't really being reviewed because it's crazy powerful. It's being reviewed because it's crazy good at scoring points. It's just so insanely durable and fast, and for no reason, and it has OC. It's like one of the best scoring units in the game. And the only thing it doesn't have is Deep Strike. Oh my god, could you imagine that? Jesus, that would be horrifying. But yeah, they're still amazing units for scoring points. Taking 3 of these units will only set you back 195 points, and they take some serious dedication to destroy. And so there isn't much of an incentive to go after them. Again, they're fast. They move 8 inches normally, and usually 10 because of the +2 move blessing. They're a beast. They can move through walls. It's very easy for these units to go get things like area denial and sabotage and cleanse, containment, establish, locus, recover assets. They're great for things like secure no man's land, extend battle lines if you don't want to put some sort of valuable unit on an objective. And they may even just live through your opponent's turn if your opponent underestimates how durable they are. And then they can also help get things like extend battle lines, instead of units that you're just trying to throw away for points, because they are kind of a unit you can just throw away for points. And it's just annoying to deal with, just because it takes actual effort to get rid of them. I think every World Eater's army should have 3 units of these. That's how good they are. That is why I'm doing a review on them, because they're just utterly disgusting in every conceivable way when it comes to what I would call a secondary unit. So a unit that exists to score points and kind of skirmish and stuff. I know I didn't do combat attacks against them or anything, but you could use Khorne Cares Not if you really needed to keep something in combat with them, which would make them -1 damage. Yeah, if you're -1 damage on top of having a 4-up Feel No Pain, that is just gross. You would need 42 attacks from Power Fist to kill both of these, just a single 65-point unit. 28 hits, 19 wounds. I'll make 3 armor saves and you'll get 16 wounds through. They're all 1 damage now. So I take 16 4-up Feel No Pains, I make 8, I take 8, the unit has 8 wounds. That's hilarious. That's more attacks than a Terminator squad has, and that they would normally get. And it takes an entire 10-man Terminator squad to do that. So you're never going to want to do that, but that is just a funny thing you could do to these guys. Now, I want to circle back to talking about secondaries and getting points and stuff, and I want to bring up things like pre-measuring for secondaries. Units like this are best when you're moving them into positions of get secondaries possibly in the next turn. For example, you may pull Containment. So it makes sense to have these guys within 15 inches or so of a table edge. You may pull Area Denial or Locust, and so it makes sense to consider putting the unit within 13 inches of the center of the table to make sure you're safe for both of those. And you may pull Cleanse. So it makes sense to consider putting them, within 13 inches of objectives, or if you have 2 different units. And then there's Sabotage, and then Recover Assets and Engage, which encourages you to have pushed up in earlier turns. And of course, you want to be hiding while doing this, if at all possible. I think these guys are best served going up the table with the rest of your army and not hanging in your backfield. You have jackals and shit for that. This unit wants to be getting up there and doing actions and getting you points. You're going to want to consider some of the possible secondaries that you may draw in your next turns, or in your deployment if you went first. And that's a big part of this as well, just simply pre-measuring for a unit during deployment to see if they can make it to a certain area or to a certain place to do a certain secondary that you may draw. That goes a long way when you're making those pre-measures. For one, it allows you to measure so that you can get your units to where you want them to be anyway, which is like hidden in the midboard. And two, to prepare for secondaries that you may draw. So I believe this unit is best to be used when you push up with the rest of your army. I think you use them to harass your opponent's units and to just get you points by doing a variety of different actions in different parts of the board. You can use them as an Overwatch absorber or as some like nice counter skirmish / like nuisance charge unit that can stand a good chance of surviving even some decent combat units. Like if they preemptively charge into an assault intercessor squad with jump packs, they just live. They kill like 2 of them on the way in, and then the attacks back, even without killing them, don't kill enough or don't do enough damage to destroy the unit of spawn. And they're too cheap not to have 3 units of. So as long as you pre-measure, they're going to get you points every single game, like no questions asked. You probably put one in the center of the table-ish that can kind of move towards the middle. You put one on the left side and one on the right side. That will allow you to do a whole bunch of different secondaries, and you can also hide in those areas as well. And if you're moving 10 inches, you should be okay. Once you start like putting your stuff in the nook of the L, kind of in the midboard there, you can kind of push right through there to get things like engage on all fronts, and that kind of stuff. And you can do that on turns when you're pushing up with everything else. When everything else is getting into combat, people aren't usually going to focus on your spawn at that point, and you're kind of just free to use them and do whatever you want in the next turns and get more points with them. They're awesome. Please take 3 units of them. You will not regret it. I promise you. But that's going to do it, fellow theorists. So take 3 units of these things. They're insane for their points, and they basically have no drawbacks. They're fast. They're durable. They have OC. They hit okay. No, they don't. They're cheap as hell, though. But what else do I need to say? So, thanks for watching this episode of Theory Hammer. If you liked the video, thunderhammer that like and subscribe button, hit Nurgle's bell, watch the other videos, leave comments, check out the second channel, check out the OnlyFans, do all the things. And with that, I'll see you berserkers in the next video.